some people, yeah, they're just fucking disgusting, mate, you know? When I go home, mate, I walk into my apartment and it's fucking clean as a mother, mate, I swear. The floors, the benches, everything completely scrubbed down. You know, no clitter, what do they call it? Clutter. No dirty dishes anywhere. I go to other people's houses, man, as a carer, and far out, dude, they live like atrociously. Just terrible. You know, it takes you like two visits to even clean the joint up. You can't do it all in one time, man, because these people are not worth, you know, busting your balls to fucking clean their house. You may as well just take your time. You're getting paid by the hour, so just take your time doing it. I'm not going to bust myself, you know, because I think these people use the system, mate. You know, like the two people that I see, there's nothing wrong with them, dude. Not that I can see anyway. You know, they're not disabled, you know what I'm saying? They're just fucking lazy. They're not disabled. They're absolutely just lazy. They don't want to do the dishes. They don't want to do the cleaning. They don't want to take out the garbage. So they leave the garbage in the kitchen, man. The garbage bin fills up and then they fill up the fucking counter. There's bottles and freaking empty packets of shit everywhere. You know, there's nothing wrong with this person, dude. You know, she could easily put this stuff into a garbage bin and take it out the front. But because she knows she's got people like me coming in and out of the fucking house, why should she clean it? In her mind, you know, that's our job. It's our job to clean up after her. That's how she looks at it. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a terrible mindset, bro. An absolutely horrible mindset. And I don't know why these people have animals. I really don't. Have you ever smelt, mate, a cat litter thing after a couple of days, bro? He's a nice little Scottish Terrier, boy. Isn't he cute, eh? Little Scottish Terrier. Or their dog tins, you know, the dog food. Yeah, man, have you ever smelt that shit after it's been on the counter for a couple of days? What the fuck's wrong with people, man? Like, all they're going to do is throw it into one of those shopping bag things there, and they could put it out, you know, just outside the back door, right? But instead, you walk into the house and it just stinks, man. It absolutely reeks, bro, because I'm coming from somewhere that I don't smoke inside. My house is really clean. All my clothing is really clean. You know, I come, you know, looking like, you know, like this. You know, you know, I'm not a filthy person, yeah? I'm not a dirty person, yeah? So to go there and do all their cleaning and that smell and the animals, oh, dude. Ugh. You know, like, it's really, you know what the amazing part is? After a few hours when you're about to leave, you can look back at the place and go, yeah, I've made a dent. Like, I've made a dent, man. The fucking joint, the joint is definitely not as filthy as it was fucking 2 hours ago, right? Yeah, so I've got to go back there tomorrow and spend a few more hours there in the, you know, it's filthy, mate. And I don't know why these people have got animals. I really, really don't. Like, why do they have animals? Like, I know they're lonely as fuck or whatever, but they don't take care of them. Like, I suppose they do take, they've got a bed and they've got something to eat, but like, they're living in this fucking, ugh, you know, just filth, mate, just filth. That's how they live, man. I went to another lady's house, right? I couldn't even walk in the door, boys. I'm sorry. I called the boss up and said, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Like, there is at least 5 or 6 cats locked up in the bathroom. And, like, my supervisor said, what do you mean? I said, miss, they are locked up in the toilet. Okay, so I asked the lady, I said, you know, why have you got so many cats in this small cubicle? You know, this toilet, it's a fucking cubicle, mate. It's not in the bathroom. It's, you know, like, it's just the toilet. And then you close the door, you just got the toilet there. And no one uses the toilet. No, that's how I found out about the cats. You know, I need to use the toilet. No, you can't use the toilet. There's only one in my bedroom. I said, no, you've got one here. She says, no, that's where the cats are. And so I tweaked to it. I said, so your cats live in the toilet? They live in the toilet? And she's gone, yeah. So no wonder this joint stunk so badly, man. So, just out of interest, dude, I just, you know, put the jaw aside and just looked inside, right? Dude, the whole joint was just covered in cat feces. Everywhere was cat feces. Like, I don't know what's wrong with this person. She must be mentally unstable or something, because I don't know how you can look at that and smell that and not... And the whole joint just reeked. It was so fucking bad, dude, I couldn't walk into the house. And I don't know how this person lives in there. I suppose because they're in there all the time, they're used to it, or the smells don't bother them anymore. But a normal person walking in the house, it is just so bad. Like, it just absolutely just... Oh, yuck. So I told my supervisor and said, this is what's going on. I said, I'm not going in the toilet, I'm not cleaning up cat feces. I said, the place is just littered with cat feces. I said, they're in the living room, they're behind the lounge. The place is covered in cat feces. And the feces have got mould on them. So they're behind the couch and it's just full of cat feces with mould on it. I said, I don't know how long it's been there for, but, you know, yeah, it's pretty disgusting. So I don't really want to pick up cat feces, miss, you know. Like, you're going to have to supply me with gloves and with cleaning materials. You know, I'm just a normal guy. I didn't come here with all this cleaning materials, right? Because I'm walking, man. I don't even have a car, but I can get to it by the bus. It's not a problem. It's really easy by the bus, which was great for me. It's great for me, man. It's just around the corner. It's a 15-minute bus ride. So I can do that 3 days a week. If they want to try and put me up to 5 days a week, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, some of these people, they live really fucking yuck. Really, really yuck. Yeah, yuck. Yeah. Have you ever been to someone's house like that, man? And like, you walk in and it just stinks? It just fucking reeks, man. Dog hair, cat hair, I don't know, cat feces, I don't know. You know, cat food, even cat food sitting in the bowl for a couple of days, crusted over. Ugh, how do they, you know what I mean? They just feed the cat on top of the old cat food. They just put the new cat food on top of it. And it just blows me away how people can live like this. And then, like, I'll clean the place right? And I'm due there for like 3 days in the row. And you'll go back the next day and this person has redone everything. There's just shit everywhere again, all over the counters, the fucking garbage bin is, like, it's just, you know, yuck. So I got to the point now where I realise that this is how they live. It's by choice, Chad. They haven't got any mental fucking decapacy here. This is just how they live. It's normal for them. Yeah? So when you come over and you clean and change it all, they want it back to where it was before. Yeah? And it stunk, mate. Like, it stunk, bro. It was so bad. It was so bad. Like, I don't know how people live like that, dude. I really, really don't. But hey, it gets me a job. It gives me a job. I don't mind. You had the same problem, literally. Well, I don't know about annoying. It's just disgusting. It's disgusting. You got to walk in and clean it up after them. But hey, I'm glad to have the job. I don't complain to anybody. I don't say anything or whatever. And it doesn't surprise me anymore how people live. You know, before it used to surprise me, like, you'd walk into the house and it's just fucking yuck. You know, like dog and cat hair everywhere, and, you know, you could see the cat's shit in the fucking carpet, and, you know, it's got mould on it, so that's been there a long time. You know, I've been to places that the dog lives inside. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with people, man. Why do you have your dog living inside? It has a big backyard, big area here, and it lives inside. Like, what? You know, the carpet, the lounges, man. The dog sleeps on the lounge at night time. So I look down at the lounge and it's just the most disgusting lounge you've ever seen in your life. Like, and these people are sitting on it watching TV. They're fucking watching TV. And that's what made me look at the lounge, right? And there's not a single inch of space where there's not a cat hair or a dog hair. It's just covered in fucking dog hair, mate. And then the dog is laying on the lounge with the person, you know, and They don't seem to see it, do they, man? They don't see what we see, eh? And that's because they've got the animal every day, and they've got no choice but to accept it. Well, what else are they going to do, you know? They've got to accept whatever comes along with the animal. Whereas a bloke like me that doesn't have animals can look at it and go, that's disgusting. There's no way that I'm going to be living like that. And, yeah, I'm awful glad I don't have an animal. I'm just really glad, man. I really am. You know, I went to one lady's house, dude, and I don't know, she's got three of those things for the cat to go to the toilet in. What do they call them? Cat litter trays. This lady has 3 of them just for one cat. Just for one cat. There's 3 of those litter trays all over the fucking house. And it stinks. Like it absolutely just stinks of cat shit. The whole house. And the person just does not smell it, mate. They just don't see they just don't smell it. They don't see it. And being an outsider walking in, for me, that's as strong as you can get, man. I need a fucking gas mask. I need like an air tank to walk in. Like, it's that fucking bad to me, right? But to the person that lives there, they're totally used to that smell. So it doesn't faze them at all. So I've met some really, really stinky people the last week, man. I've met some really stinky people, bro. Like, I really have. And these are grown-ass adults, man. So when I watch these streamers on here and they're all NDIS, you know, I don't feel pity for them, mate, or sorry for them in any way. In any way, shape or form, man. Because I've seen people abusing the system, just outright abusing the system. Because these are grown-ass people. You know, there's nothing mentally wrong with them, man. They're just like me and you. But they're fucking lazy. They're lazier than me, okay? Which is saying a lot, okay? Because they're quite capable of emptying a litter tray. They're quite capable of going to the fucking dishwasher, mate, and putting the dishes in the dishwasher or cleaning the counters. They're quite capable of doing that. They just choose not to do it. They choose not to do it because they've got someone like me coming in once a week or twice a week or whatever to clean the joint, to clean up after them. So that's why they're willing to leave it that way, bro. Because they know that we're going to come in and clean up after them. Mate, I hope you blokes have been looking at the gold and silver lately. I don't have any personally, but I do remember I remember it nosediving on eBay because I was buying shit on eBay at the time. And I remember silver 1 ounces were $24. Buy it now, US, $24. So I don't know if you guys grabbed any at the time. I hope you did. I was trying to tell people on my live stream at the time to buy silver. If you can afford it, to buy gold, but most people can only afford silver. That's the poor man's gold, mate, is silver. And now we're at 90 US an ounce, mate. 90 US an ounce, bro. Imagine if you'd paid $24 an ounce a couple of years back, and it's now worth 90 an ounce. Wow. Because that's a huge difference, right? That's a huge, huge difference, brother. Anyway, man, I'm almost home. I'm going to have a rest. I'm tired as anything. Yeah. I got a beautiful little apartment, mate, opposite the beach. You just walk out the front door and there's the beach, mate, straight there and there, yeah? It's fucking nice here, man. Rent has gone up through the roof. You know, I used to be able to pick up a 2-bedroom apartment here for about $180 a week. Now you're looking at $360 to $400 a week, mate, for the same apartment. So it's more than doubled, yeah? It's going to be good to get home, man. I've been out since early this morning. I helped the lady, but I really wanted to get out of there, man. The place made me feel... When I first got there this morning, like the smell of the place really made me feel a bit ill. Fuck, it's hot in here, man. Oh, dude, it's like a freaking oven in here. Wow. I'll open this back door up, man, see if I can get some fresh air. Oh, I got a nice view, man. I can't show you, but I got a nice view. Yeah, I got a nice view. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day, viewer. I hope you're happy, healthy and well today. And I hope you got someone in your life that loves you, that is real, and that it's not fake. I hope you have someone in your life that actually loves you, and it isn't all bullshit. And if it is bullshit, gentlemen, ladies, get the fuck out of it. Get out of it. Don't live in hope that the person that you love is going to love you. Don't do that to yourself. They've already shown you their colours. They've already shown you their, so it's not going to change. So if they don't love you, mate, they don't love you. They will stay with you, mate, because it benefits them. They get somewhere to live, and they don't pay any bills. But when they're done with you, man, they take everything from you. Absolutely everything. You'll have nothing left. You'll have nothing left. We have 80% strike rate now, 80% divorce rate initiated by women. That is the truth. That is the facts. So if you're married, mate, you are really putting a, like that game with the gun, you turn the ball around and fucking shoot or whatever, that game. What do they call that game? They call that game. Russian roulette. I think it's called Russian roulette. And that's what getting married is nowadays. It's like Russian roulette. The only time you'll have to worry about it, boys, if you got money, or you got a nice house, or you got a nice car, then you got to worry about them. But if you're a broke ass, then she's got nothing to really take from you, bro. But 80% divorce rate these days. Sorry, man, I just want to do some cleaning. Yeah, unfortunately, mate, I don't have a fucking carer. I'm not on NDIS. I am the carer. Okay, I don't have any fucking carer. So, I've got to do my own washing. I've got to do my own laundry. Which is fucking pathetic. These people can't even do their own washing, mate. Their own cleaning. Their own vacuuming. That's why I watch these people on here, man, and it makes me feel a bit ill. Because they're grown-ass fucking men. They're grown men. And they need someone to come in and clean up after them. Do their dishes. Clean their clothing. How would you like to be married to one of these gentlemen ladies? How would you like that? It'd be even worse, ladies? If you married one of these people that live at home with mummy and daddy, they're 35, and they live at home with mummy and daddy, and then you marry them, what are you expecting out of this man? Because I can tell you, man, he's not going to do jack shit. You're going to be the new mummy. You'll be the new mummy, the new daddy. I swear to God, they are incapable of doing it. They don't know how to fucking do it. And they're not going to keep doing it week after week. It's a one-off thing. So if you want a pathetic husband, marry one of these fucking streamers on here, mate, that live at home with their mummy and daddy. Okay? That's what you want to do. You want to marry one of these streamers that live at home with mummy and daddy. Yeah? Some people are struggling and need help physically. Yeah, I haven't met them. I haven't met them yet. I've cleaned up their apartments, I've cleaned up their houses, but they are fucking not disabled. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, bro. I really don't. I'm with these people, mate. They're a bit fucking mental. Some fucking, definitely something wrong. There is definitely something fucking lacking in the brain cells. There's no doubt about that. But to tell me that they're disabled and then they're not able to clean or they're not able to take care of themselves, that's not true. That is not true. like seriously, the people that I've met, yeah, I don't think they'd have a problem taking the garbage out or wiping down a counter. But what I found is that they don't like it clean. They don't like it clean, bro. I would go over there like... Look at my counters, I'll show you. Okay, this is my counter. Masks on it, right? But their counters are chockers full of shit. Just dirty dishes everywhere and, rubbish all over the counters, and that's how they live every day. Now, you go along and you clean it all off, right? They don't like that empty space, man. They don't like that empty space, okay? They like it filled up with stuff. I swear to God, like within 2 minutes, the person had unloaded her entire bag on top of the counter. I just couldn't believe it. I'd spent all this time cleaning everything, cleaning it all down, and within minutes, the counter was filled up with fucking rubbish. And I'll show you, man. Like these bottles I have here from last night. This is my drinking last night. And those would be all over the counter. They'd be bottles and stuff all over the counter. Empty ice cream containers and stuff like that all over the counter. Yeah, I'm a cleaner, support worker, whatever you like to call it. Yeah. Just don't tell anybody. Just fucking shush. Shh, don't tell anybody. Like it's a secret. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, it's a fucking secret, mate. I haven't had a can of Dr. Pepper for a long time. I thought I'd treat myself today. A can of Dr. Pepper. Put that in the freezer, mate. I don't say anything while I'm there, okay? Was it secret? Yeah, I don't say anything, man. Okay, I just, keep a smile on, and, I've got 4 hours, so I spend the 4 hours. I'm nice to them, I'm cordial to them. They want to go to the shop, I take them to the shop. I'll walk them to the shop. I don't have a car, but I'm glad to take you there. Not a problem. We'll catch the bus and we'll go down to the shops and get your supermarket and whatever you need. That's not a problem. But in saying that, you're trying to tell me this person can't. You're trying to tell me that person can't take out the garbage. Are you trying to tell me that person can't do their own washing? What are you talking about? This is the problem. This is the problem where you look at it and go, oh no, you can't do this and you're incapable of doing that. That's all bullshit. Of course they're capable of doing it. But if you're going to put your hand in the air and you're the cleaner, why would they want to do it for? Why? If you know that in 2 days you're going to have someone come in and do your cleaning, why would you want to do any cleaning? It's just not logical. You would leave it there for the person that is going to come and clean for you. Yeah? It's like the bed. It's like doing the bed. Yeah? Mate, these they're fucking. Have you ever seriously, man, why do you think I came home straight away and washed sheets? Why do you think that's the first fucking thing I do, mate, when I walk in the door is fucking wash the sheets, mate? For what I've seen today is absolutely disgusting. This is fucking disgusting, dude. Like, seriously, I didn't say anything, I just thought about it. When was the last time this bed? Like, is just, it's disgusting. So, yeah, it just blows me away how people don't. It doesn't tweak to their brain, mate. It doesn't fucking twig, right? Because it's been a long time since this has been changed and cleaned, and you can smell the. I don't know how to explain it to you. You can just smell it, okay? And that's it for me. I'm a very smelling person, and once that shit starts to fucking, a bit of a peaky, I've got to get out of there, man. I feel ill, bro. I've got to open the windows up, open the door up, let that shit air out a little bit, and then I can go in there and clean it up. But if you're expecting me just to walk straight in the room and start cleaning up your fucking, your juice smell, your cheek smell, and all the other smells that are in there, Yuck. 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 Considering that when I go out, you're just going to close the window and close the door again. You're not going to... It's not going to change anything, bro. It's 40-something degree heat, mate. And all of the doors are closed. Everything is sealed, mate. There's no air coming through the joint. It absolutely reeks. It just reeks, mate. Yeah, in a bed for 2 years with no help, no clean sheets, no strength. Fuck that, mate. I'm sorry to hear that, Squirrel. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. There was enough for me to do there today. I did all the kitchen, all the living room. I did the floor. I'll go back there tomorrow and clean up the room and the cat shit. And people are a bit personal when it comes to their bed linen. They get a bit arky, you know, like they get a bit, you know, when you say to a mate, would you want me to give that a bit of a clean? It's a bit on the smelly. It's a bit on the smelly side. They get all offended. Like, and they go in there to put it in the machine, and they don't have any powder. They've got no laundry powder. None. I don't know how you... When was the last time this stuff was cleaned? Yeah? When was the last time anybody came in and cleaned all this stuff? So I said to the lady, you know, I'm sorry, it's not my job to go to the supermarket and buy your groceries and buy your cleaning material and bring it to your house. Nobody's reimbursing me for that. Okay, I'm not responsible for that. I can take you shopping and you can buy it and all of that. I can call my supervisor and say there is no cleaning materials here. There's no mops. There's no cleaning. There's no detergents. There's no dishwashing stuff. There's no clothing. What do they call it? Clothing powder. Clothing powder. Yeah, that's what I said to the supervisor. There's no clothing powder here. There's nothing. I don't know how you want me to clean more than just tidying up and dishes. There's no dishwashing liquid. I told the supervisor that. There's no sponges. There's no gloves. You know, just the normal shit that people have in their kitchen. You can come here and I've got gloves and I've got cleaning material and, you know, I've got sprays and, you know, like, I'll show you, man. Like, I'm fucking a lot different, man. Like, you look at my shower, dude, look. You see what I mean? Shit's clean, bro. Right? My shit is clean. My walls are all clean, mate, okay? You know what I mean? And my spray's here. You know, bathroom spray. Dishwashing powder, you know, your clothing powder. Dishwashing powder. Bang. I've run out of it, but you know what I mean? I've got cleaning stuff here in order to keep my environment clean. Like I went to one lady's house, man, and she didn't even have a vacuum cleaner. A vacuum cleaner. What am I supposed to do? Like, I'm looking around and I'm scratching my head a bit, you know, like... All I can do is the kitchen, the counters, her washing. But I can't do any vacuuming. I told the supervisor that. I said, like, you need a full-on like car, and then you'd have to take all of your stuff there, and you'd have to pay for it all. You'd have to pay for all the materials and use your own vacuum cleaner. And like, why would I want to do that? I'm just a caretaker. I'm not a professional cleaner that comes to your home, rah. I've got, I think, 2.5 hours, 3 hours with you today. And that's it, I'm out of here. 3 hours, I'm out of here, bro. And trust me, Brand, as soon as my time hits 3:30, I'm out. I'm out. I'm not staying till 3:35. I'm not staying until 3:31. I am out. 3:30, I'm gone. Okay? I'm not hanging around, mate. Yeah, no vacuum cleaner, yeah. Disgusting, mate. Some people live really disgusting. And they get plenty of money from NDIS. They get the big money, mate. A lot of these people are on huge disability payments. They're not on small payments, mate. You know. They've got brand new game machines. They've got brand new, you know, stuff that they want to total waste of fucking money. Go and buy a brand new phone or some shit like that. Or they just waste money, dude. They go out and eat every night. They can afford to go out and eat every night, mate. Order takeaway. That's why there's so many takeaway boxes there. Like, it's stacked with takeaway. Uber Eats. Uber Eats, mate. I've never used it, ever. I've never used Uber Eats, man. I've never bought anything from a restaurant. I've always cooked my own food. Even tonight, I cook my own dinner. I don't have Uber Eats, okay? I go to someone's house, man, and the garbage is full of Uber Eats bags and Hungry Jacks and McDonald's, Red Rooster. Yuck. Just yuck. Yeah, I don't know how they do it, man. I really, really don't know how they function the way they do. My what? My cut. What, shirt, you mean? Haven't been to the hairdresser, mate, in, I don't know, over 12 months. I never do a hairdresser, mate. Ever. Never.